taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Day Trading Live. Today is Thursday, January 29th. S&P futures up 6 points. NASDAQ down 14. Russell is up 4, and the Dow is down 40. So pretty unchanged. A little bit up on the S&P, and the VIX is up 4.4%. We do have the metals moving again. Gold's up 4.5%. Silver is up over 6.5%, over 121 for silver. Wow. Notes and bonds a little bit red. 10-year yield up 0.33%. Oil is up 5%. Natural gas is up 2.5%. Soybeans, wheat, and corn all green. Euro and the pound are both up 0.25%. Bitcoin is down about 1.5%. Like I said, VIX up almost 4.5%, back above 17. We did three earnings trades: Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla. Meta is going to be a winner. Tesla looked like it was possibly going to be a winner, but it's been kind of selling off. Still has a chance. We have till tomorrow, and then Microsoft is going to be a loser. Microsoft is down 8.5%. What I'm really disappointed in is I was planning to get a Model S. And Tesla is discontinuing the best vehicle they have. I don't get it. Discontinuing the Model S and Model X, the SUV. So, Tesla continues to have lower and lower revenue on the car side, but a lot of optimism on the Optimus robots. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to still get one if the new production is being discontinued. I don't know. I kind of thought about not doing a 1DTE and maybe even pausing my VIX just because we've got I don't understand why the VIX is up so much. I mean, there's definitely, with the metals, there's uncertainty, but the ES up 8 points, VIX up 4.4. Something's not mathing. There's the opening bell. Anyway, I am going to do a 1DTE. I'm going to start my VIX at my normally scheduled time. So with the S&P, we are a little bit below the previous day high, kind of in range of yesterday. Same with QQQ, so I'd really like to see, on the upside, I'd like to see NASDAQ and S&P really break above and hold above the previous day high to show some range here before I do much. I do like day trading the day after FOMC. We tend to get some good range. We've got chips are bouncing. We've got AVGO and AMD pushing. Apple does have earnings tomorrow, and be careful trading any of those that just had earnings last night because there's still some overinflated premium in those. And so if you buy calls, for example, or puts, you're gonna get heavier premium decay than you typically do because some of that earnings premium is still coming out. So just be aware of that. I will if I trade any of those three, I would probably maybe you can go a little bit in the money or right at the money. There's my 1 DTE. So I'm going to load some calls up in AMD to have those ready. I would trade we're trading 1 DTE today. I would trade I'll do the 260s in AMD if I take it. Tesla tried to push above previous day high, getting pushed back down. AVGO is strong as well. I'm going to load up some AVGO calls. If I trade AVGO, it would be on the 335 strike. NVIDIA as well. I'm going to load up NVIDIA calls. NVIDIA, I would trade the 195s. Tezzy couldn't hold. Netflix weak, Google weak, Apple couldn't hold. So really chip stocks, AVGO, AMD, NVIDIA are kind of my main focus here. Tezzy giving it up. S&P, NASDAQ flushing. Same with IWM and Bitcoin. Some of these chips pulling back now. AVGO dipping into the red. On the downside, Tesla, PLTR's weak again. IWM dipped into the red. NASDAQ is pushing below yesterday's low now. So I may need to reshift my focus to some shorts. Tesla and PLTR really weak. NVIDIA gave it up back below previous day high. AMD still holding up pretty well. Big banks are strong. JP Morgan, Goldman, and Bank of America all pushing. Crypto's weak. Now AMD dropping, so not really interested in those anymore unless they kind of make a nice reclaim. If I trade Tesla puts, I would do the 425s. NVIDIA giving it all the way up. Microsoft also weak. I'm going to load up the 430 puts on Microsoft as well. A lot of rejections early here. AMD, little bounce. Tesla flushing. Amazon flushed yesterday's lows. It's getting a nice little bounce. I'm watching Microsoft. It's giving a little bounce. If it starts to get weak, I'm going to take some Microsoft 430 puts, but I want to see some. We're starting to get a little bit of a bounce in the S&P. Apple has earnings tonight. It's coming down. It got rejected at previous day high. Pretty nice bounce in Amazon. Still watching Microsoft. Tesla, no bounce. S&P going red. NASDAQ is down 0.5%. Russell is pushing. Banks and small caps are having a day so far. All right, let's see if Microsoft wants to dip here again. See if this market's going to stay weak or if it just needed to get a little flushy flush out of its system. Nvidia through lows again. All right, taking puts in Microsoft. See if we can get another push through lows of day and beyond. I got filled at 440. Getting some big volume in the Qs. Meta made a little bounce in it. Came back down. Meta's coming down to around its earnings expected move area I have marked. S&P new lows, NASDAQ new lows. Russell is holding above pre-market highs. Would have liked to see Microsoft dip with the S&P and NASDAQ flushing now. Don't like that. NVIDIA new lows. And Microsoft is holding up. Not what I was looking for. Got the move in the Qs and the S&P that I was looking for, but Microsoft didn't follow. IWM now dipping below pre-market highs.
Order filled. Order partially filled. Order filled.
I'll give Microsoft right here. I don't want it to, I'm not going to give it much room here. Still showing weakness though, but Microsoft not following. Man, it's unfortunate. Now IWM coming down. Now the banks are starting to pull back. Tesla, tiny bounce, getting pushed back down.
Order partially
NVIDIA
filled.
pushing through lows.
Order filled.
S&P coming down, hot and heavy. NVIDIA flushed that pre-market low. S&P, NASDAQ still moving. I put in a profit target at $5 on Microsoft in case we do get a quick little dip here, but it's just don't like the way it's holding up with everything else pushing. IWM almost gave all of it up now. Bitcoin at lows. PLTR at lows. AMD gave it all up. MU's coming back above previous day high. I'm gonna keep an eye on MU here. If I take calls in MU, I'm gonna load up the 445s. MU definitely showing some relative strength here. It's right above previous day high. All right, Microsoft's starting to dip now. Let's see if we can get a little Momo to the downside. On my Meta earnings fly, I only did one contract. It's up about 150%. I'm just going to hold for now. I may close it later today. Apple's starting to bounce, holding going into the green. MU kind of extending higher. MU definitely showing that relative strength now. S&P, NASDAQ bounce. NVIDIA big bounce, chips bouncing. Didn't really get an entry I liked in MU, but keeping an eye on it. Tezzy trying to make a little bounce. Everything getting a little bounce. Microsoft not bouncing, that's good. Just need a little push lower, Microsoft. AMD starting to bounce now. MU extending. NVIDIA creeping back up to previous day high now. Chips are showing some life. AVGO back in the green. It was strong early. Big bounce in IWM. Amazon's bounce got shut back down. Google, new low. S&P, NASDAQ, little bounce getting shut back down. Microsoft just isn't moving. I feel like the opportunity for a flush in Microsoft was missed. It didn't flush when the market was flushing. AMD's bounce getting shut back down. AVGO dipping. MU staying strong though.
Order cancelled.
Come on, softy. Give us a little flushy flush. I mean, it's already down 10.25%. What's another
Order
1%?
filled. Order partially filled.
Yeah, Meta's little bounce getting shut back down, almost down to lows. Amazon flushing. Goog flushing. MU now pulling back a little bit. S&P and NASDAQ dipping again. Bitcoin through lows. There we go, softy. Softy filled at $5. I knew you could do it, softy. I knew you could do it, and you did it. Good boy. Okay, now she's moving. New low in Microsoft. I'll put another order in at 650. I did 10. I took off 7 at my first profit target. I've got 3 left. I'll take 2 off at 650, or I may move that down a little bit. Let's see if this thing wants to flush. Softy was just on a little flush delay. That's all that was. Getting close. Options up to about 625. Orders at 650. MU couldn't hold its strength with this weak market. Microsoft wants it. Come get it. $6.30. Nope. Didn't quite get it. S&P, NASDAQ tick new lows, Bitcoin new lows. Still watching MU for calls potentially. If this market bounces, MU might fly. I'd be trading the 445 calls in MU. I'm going to take MU calls. Filled at 945. I'll put my first profit target on MU at 1045. Nice reaction off of previous day high in MU. I'm going to move my profit target in Microsoft to 620. See if I can get out of a couple more here. Ticked through lows of day, but didn't quite get to my profit target, so I don't want to give much back on a bounce. I'd rather get out of some. All right, so MU isn't following through. It ticked through highs. Darn it, Microsoft's starting to bounce. Tezzy dropping through lows. I'm going to put an order in at $12 on my Meta earnings fly to close it. It's trading at about 11 right now, but just putting it in order. All right, MU is dipping. Didn't get that continued strength or extension yet. MU right back down to previous day high. It's got to hold here, otherwise I'm going to cut. Not good continuation. Got my finger on the trigger to close MU. Don't like that it didn't have any kind of continuation. Big rejection after it ticked through highs. SMH getting weak again as well. Trying to hold. Microsoft coming back down. Looks like it's getting close to hitting my profit target. All right, filled at 620 in Microsoft. Second profit target. All right, MU. Giving it just a minute here. Yeah, bad rejection in MU here. The 5-minute candle just closed. See if we get any kind of bounce. Otherwise, I'm cutting. Yeah, cutting. Filled at 651. That was a bigger loss than I wanted to take on MU. Don't like that. All right, so Microsoft still at lows. Meta trying to bounce a little bit. NVIDIA back to lows. Tesla still at lows. Google at lows. Amazon at lows. S&P and NASDAQ flushing. Took a shot on a long in a very weak market, but I don't mind it. I liked what I saw at the time, so I still like the trade I took, just didn't work out.
Order filled.
So I've just got a runner left on Microsoft here. So now, after this big flush we've had, the next thing I'm looking for is a potential reversal. And really what I want to see is I want to see a reversal in the indices, and then I'd be focused on a potential long on a relatively strong stock, if there is any. May not get a reversal today, but that would be kind of the next thing. I'm not looking to get short in the hole here anymore. Not looking to catch a falling knife. So the next thing I'm looking for is kind of a reversal. You can see Meta kind of looks like it's putting one in, but I'm also not interested in trying to catch the first one that starts to look like it's going to bounce. As far as Microsoft goes, I've only got a runner left here. It's just kind of pulling up a daily chart. I mean, there's not a lot below. Look out below, I guess. Big gappy gap right there, Watson. From back in May of last year. Microsoft's down almost 12%. Gosh, that's a really nice winner. And I went, based on the price, I went a little bit bigger on MU too. So my MU loss is bigger than my Microsoft win. And this is a really nice push in Microsoft too. That MU could have potentially cut that a little quicker, but I don't know. Just is what it is, I guess. Watson, you're on the 140s. PLTR. That thing's moving. Still moving. Those Microsoft options I bought at 440 are now trading at over $8. Quite a floosh. What was the, did I mark the S&P? What was it? Kirsch says 33.27. Yeah, so it'd be marked at 69.45. We're already down to 69.27. Something just didn't feel right with that VIX pump pre-market, right? I almost skipped my 1DTE. Amazon, a little baby bounce. Pretty big volume in Amazon.
Order
on
filled.
those little dips.
Order filled.
Tezzy getting a little bounce. Apple pushing through lows. Apple has earnings after the bell today. Microsoft getting a little bounce. Russell pushing new lows. Let's see, what did the banks do? Did they give it up? Banks kind of holding up pretty good. All of them still above previous day high, still green. Bank of America's near highs of day. JP Morgan pushing back up to highs. Tezzy, decent little bounce. AVGO pushing through lows. I've got the 425 puts loaded up on Tezzy, just in case it wants to get down and dirty. I don't like shorting after a huge flush like this, but we'll see. I may be able to catch a little bit more if we have any kind of more continuation down. I'm going to take Tesla puts. 425 puts in Tesla filled at 645. See if we can get another push down to lows of day and beyond. MU flush through lows. Amazon, decent bounce. Meta's just kind of chopping near lows. Microsoft is kind of right at the point where I will cut if it goes much higher. Tesla didn't continue that little dip it had going. If it gets back above that previous candle, I'll basically cut it on Tesla. I wanted to see that thing continue lower if it was going to. Chips really moving down now. AMD through lows, PLTR through lows, SMH at lows, ASML, SMCI, AVGO, all pushing lows. AMD just made a new low. I'll put a profit target in Tesla at 725. Might move that up. Might move that down a little bit. I want to get out of some before lows of day. All right, starting to see some weakness come in. Nvidia down to lows. S&P, NASDAQ through lows. IWM, Bitcoin all flushing. We got ourselves a little sell-off, boys and girls. Let's see if Tesla can... Microsoft's starting to dip again. Let's see if Tesla can get to new lows here. Profit target's at 725 in Tesla. And hit it. Filled. 725. See if Tesla can get some extension through lows. Meta's coming down to its earnings expected move, which is beautiful for our butterfly. See if I still got one runner in Microsoft. Let's see if that has any more downside. I put in a profit target in Tesla at 825 in case it makes a quick flush through lows. I've got 4 left. I'd take 2 more off. Apple trying to bounce, staying green. Banks holding strong. Bank of America acts like it wants to break through highs. Nvidia pushing new lows. All the chips really kind of acting the weakest now. What's silver doing? Dropping. Drop it like it's hot, silver. Huh. There's some weird shit going on today. Market was up, VIX was up pre-market. Metals were way up, now they're down, crashing. What is going on in this world? Is the world coming to an end today? Is this it? Anything going on the juice? Hey, at least, you know, if today's the last day of the world, I'm glad I get to spend it with you guys. I mean, my wife and kids, yeah, whatever. I'm with you guys, you know? Be back in 1 minute. Starting to get a little buying coming in. The real J Powell.
Order cancelled. Order filled.
Big
Order
volume
cancelled.
on the SPY, QQQ, Bitcoin. IWM, not so much. Yeah, Watson, what's up with that? If you're the real J Powell, how come you let me lose all those, every single one of my J Powell bets? It's not nice. Look at that volume spike in silver. It's about 3 times the size of the first bar in silver, SLV. NASDAQ down 1.5%, S&P down 60 points, almost 1%. Tesla, no push through lows here. Getting a little bounce in the S&P, NASDAQ, IWM, Bitcoin. Don't want to give much back here if this is the bounce. Chips starting to bounce. Everything's starting to bounce. Big bounce in IWM. Bigger. Got a 1-lot runner left in Microsoft. I don't have any price targets set. I hit one profit target in Tesla. I've got a profit target set at 825. It's going to need to make another flush through lows, though. What do you mean? I'm profitable on my earnings flies. Barely. Microsoft starting to bounce. Still kind of holding below that. Still holding that consolidation level, but I don't want Microsoft to go much more, or I'll cut my last one. Tesla's still acting a little bit weaker. S&P, NASDAQ starting to bounce. That MU trade, that's frustrating. Really just my position size. I went a little too big on that one. Caused that, and I let it go a little too long, caused that loss to be bigger than I wanted. Still below my max. I lost, I lost about 1,700 on that MU trade. Got to keep them smaller than that, kids. I got to keep the losses smaller than that. That's the key. I've been pretty good at that this whole week and last week. I let it slip just a little bit today. Well, you're already going in? Yeah, I would definitely do an in the money stop, not a percentage for sure. All right, Moel, I'm going to go in with you. A little too louder. I did the $4 strikes. So Microsoft just kind of consolidating, Tezzy kind of consolidating, Netflix making new lows, Amazon kind of bouncing, Apple kind of bouncing, Meta just chopping, S&P, NASDAQ still trying to bounce. So my $4 strike one was 85 wide. My stops are 2 points in the money. Tesla looks like it wants more. Come on, Tezzy, drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Still have my order in Tesla at 825 to take off my next profit target. Tesla testing lows, testing lows. S&P and NASDAQ dipping. Tezzy new lows. See if it can hit my 825. Ticked 810. Another little tick lower should hit it. Didn't quite tick it. S&P approaching lows. See if we can get another little leg. Microsoft starting to dip again. NVIDIA. AMD, new lows. S&P made a new low. NASDAQ approaching low. IWM approaching lows. Tesla didn't quite flush to hit my profit target yet. S&P, NASDAQ at lows. Come on, Tezzy. One more flush. Tesla trying to bounce now. Didn't quite get it. I positioned that just so it would, if it did a little push through lows, it would hit, but it's just out of reach. Microsoft acting like it may want some new lows as well. NVIDIA looks like it wants more. I've got an order to close my Meta Butterfly at $12. Looks like it's trading for about $11.50 or so now. It's coming down to our short strike. That could fill here pretty soon. We'll see. Meta chopped forever. Now it's starting to crack lows.
Order filled.
That Microsoft trade, I got into those at 440. Those options are now trading at 820. I've just got one runner left. Let's see if we can squeeze some more out of that one if we continue lower here. S&P, NASDAQ flushing. Tezzy, I need you. I need you lower.
Autofilled.
Tesla, no push through. And the S&P and NASDAQ flushed. IWM flushing. Watson hates Netflix for some reason. He must have tried to catch a falling knife. What'd you do, Watson? Did you try to catch that falling knife? Bosch, did you try to catch falling knives too? What are you guys doing? Have you not seen my reversal PDF? Oh, well, that's long term. SMH pushing new lows, AMD falling, MU new lows, a lot of chips new lows, NVIDIA, Tesla trying again. Still waiting for my 825 fill, Tesla. Still waiting. Just waiting on you, Tesla. All right, here we go. Trying again. Microsoft couldn't crack lows yet. 820. There's 820. Oh, orders at 825. I got to 820. Oh, no, it did tick 825. Didn't fill me, though. There we go, Tezzy. 825 filled. All right, so I got 2 left. Got a 1-lot runner in Microsoft left, 2-lot runner in Tesla.
With the trailer position, this one coming back down into low of day. Like I said, 420s is going to be the next 20s, and you can see this one pushing down 421 Tesla.
Tesla still coming into lows. Microsoft needs to crack lows again. Amazon coming back to lows. Apple coming back to lows. Had a nice bounce. S&P, NASDAQ still pushing. He's going to let these little runners run. Yeah, this is some really weird action here across the board. MU was the one holding strength early. Now it's coming down fast and furious. Got some BIC puts up to over $4. Haven't sold them yet. My 1 DTE appears to be toast at this point. My Elmo's not looking so hot thanks to Moel. Yeah, my Metafly hasn't filled at $12 yet. Should be getting close. Moel made me do it, Elmo. I didn't want to do it. He forced me. Yikes. Thing getting some serious juice pumped in right now, aren't we? The good news is when this starts to stabilize, that premium is going to just suck. You're gonna like hear the vacuum. Tesla making new lows. I like it. Yeah, Meta bouncing right at the expected move here. So if this market starts to stabilize, Meta would definitely be one that I would consider. If any of you have watched the old earnings course, a lot of times when these stocks gap up above their expected move after earnings, they will continue higher. So Meta's pulling right back to that level right now. So if we do happen to put in a reversal today, Meta would definitely be on the top of my list. Or maybe a bank. Maybe I'll trade a bank. Maybe I'll trade Bank of America. That thing is holding up. JP Morgan. Microsoft still chopping, but creeping back down to lows. Nvidia, all the chip. Oh man, cryptos are getting crushed. Circle's down 9%. MSTR's down 9%. Coins down 6%. Hood down 3.5%. This is bloody, kids. This is bloody. Bloody Thursday. And my Elmo's getting close to my short strike now, Moel. I almost called you Elmo. I'm just going to start calling Moel Elmo. Yikes. When will it end? When will it end? Look at this SPX chart. There's the expected move at 69.44. VIX above 19 again. Hello, VIX 19. Tezzy really coming down. Let's see what those options are trading for. Still got a 2-lotter left. Tesla, I got into those at $6.45. They're trading at $9.75. I'm going to take one more Tesla off. Trying to get out of another Tesla at 975. Big volume spike in Bitcoin on that last candle. All right, got out of Tesla. one more lot. I've got one left. So I got one Microsoft and one Tesla. My last exit in Microsoft was at 620, and it's at 820 now. Meta trying to bounce. We need a taco Trump tweet right now, Elmo. Well, we need a taco tweet. We need Trump to tell us everything's going to be okay. We'll let the market give us a quick rip. I'm going to go ahead and close my Microsoft. It's just kind of dwindling. It's just kind of chopping. It's not really doing much here. Filled my last Microsoft to 795. Tesla's not done though. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap the stream here. Got one lot left in Tesla. If I see anything else interesting, I will post. Most likely it will be some type of reversal. Meta is holding that earnings expected move area. Could be a potential. If I did something like that, I might do a vertical spread in Meta. Try to get a little positive theta premium decay with my direction. But whatever I do, I'll post. Otherwise, everybody have a good rest of your day. We will see you in Power Hour. Cheers.